Welcome to our second chapter in a video series introducing Anritsu's vector signal analysis software. Today we'll be talking about the capture feature. Capture is used to pull data, raw IQ data, down from the spectrum analyzer to the PC where it can be analyzed and played back. So to begin with, we need to connect to a spectrum analyzer. And we have one here on our network, so I just click here and it connects. This button will be red if no connection is available or the device at this address is not supported. So it tells me this is an MS2090A and it does not currently support PCIe. So we do have two streaming port options. The instruments have a PCIe port, which allows for very fast data transfer, so that you can do a contiguous transfer over extended time of up to the full bandwidth resolution of our instruments, 110 megahertz wide bandwidth. But for this demonstration, we'll be doing Ethernet. The PCIe requires special hardware and setup, but it is fully supported. So we connect, and then we can look at the signal. So I just click in this window. Now this is not capturing IQ data, and this data is not being stored. It's just pulling a trace in from the spectrum analyzer so that I can see if the signal is there that I'm interested in. So I could so actually just change that to 98 megahertz at 20 megahertz bandwidth is the US commercial FM radio band. So just you can see, often when you do a capture, right, you're expecting to capture a certain signal, and this display just allows you to verify, yes, the signal's there and I can see it. Allows you to set reference level. The labels here that are underlined, if you click them, that sends that information. So if I want to change this to say 751, I'll look at the LTE band. So labels that are underlined, if I click it, it sends it the instrument, and it takes hold immediately, and I can see that display, and I can change the bandwidth. And anyway, so I have a way to verify what's there, and this is just like a lot of video software that you might be used to. You click and it starts, click and it pauses. So we have center frequency, capture bandwidth. We can set a reference level, attenuation. If auto attenuation is on, then this is grayed out. But if you click that off, then we can turn on the preamp. And the IQ data can have timestamps embedded in it. We have a capture bit depth. We support a number of bit depths: 8-bit, 16, 10, 16, 32. And usually 16 is a good place to be. 32 gives you more resolution. Less than 16, often not enough to do useful measurements, but those options are there. For almost everything we do here, you want raw IQ in this DGZ. That's Anritsu's native format. There are other ones if you want to import it into other software, but this is kind of where we would recommend you be. And then you would choose an output folder. And you can browse. If I click this button, it'll open the folder, and this button will allow me to browse and select a folder. And that's mostly the settings for the spectrum analyzer. This is the frequency and bandwidth and reference level that we want to capture at. Then you need to set how you want to capture, or how long. So we have a continuous mode. If I do that and I say start data capture, it's just going to capture until I tell it to stop. Or I can specify by size. I want to go until I get 1 gigabyte of data, for instance, or time. I want to do 4 seconds. For many cases, you're going to be doing much smaller, maybe even down to 20 milliseconds, depending on the kind of analysis that you want to do. And that's, for the most part, it. I usually turn on load after capture, which will automatically load the data for analysis after we're done. So let's say we are set up here and we want to capture this, then all we need to do is say start data capture. It'll do a 200 millisecond capture, and that file is now loaded and available, so I can view it, I can play it back. We'll cover the features here more a little bit, but now that file is loaded, and I should stop that, and available to us. It is possible on instrument using the front panel to capture IQ data, depending on what kind of instrument you have, either the front panel or the software that allows you to access the remote spectrum analyzers. And if you have IQ data already on the unit, then once I connect, then it shows me files that are there. And if I double click one of those, then it will just transfer it to my PC and becomes available for me to analyze as well. So I have access to the remote files already on it, or I can just capture and bring them down. And that is how we capture. So thank you.